Two men wearing black t-shirts and jeans exit a house and get into a car. Text reads, Ottawa, Ontario.
So yeah, we got to do one quick pickup, and then we got two girls today for the equipment.
A man speaks in an interview. He has a yellow logo on his black hoodie that reads Shift. Text reads, David LaRock. Nominated Mackenzie Janes for the Willie O'Ree Community Hero Award.
Next Shift is dedicated to helping youth get into the sport of hockey. Removing those barriers, whether it be financial barriers, equipment, or whatever it takes to get them into hockey, but not just get them into hockey, to really see them through the process. Everything from getting a goalie skill clinic going to running out to an hour away to pick up a hockey stick that someone's willing to donate.
The driver of the car speaks as he drives through a suburban area. Text reads, Mackenzie Janes, President, Next Shift Hockey Canada, Finalist, 2025 Willie O'Ree Community Hero Award.
Got an email from somebody here in the Ottawa region that wanted to donate equipment, so we're heading to that location right now, grab the equipment.
Mackenzie Janes speaks in an interview. He wears a black t-shirt with a Next Shift logo. Text reads, Willie O'Ree Community Hero Award, Hyundai. Mackenzie Janes Finalist, Next Shift Hockey Canada, President, Ottawa, Ontario.
My family never had enough money to keep me in hockey. We had to go to another house to try and pick up equipment. We were trying to buy it, and Mom was trying to get it for free. Because you had no money, kids would make fun of you. So with my son Sam, when he started to play hockey, the price of equipment I found was a little bit more expensive than it was when I was a child. Every level you go up, it could be anywhere from another $5,000 to $10,000 going up. They're like, man, how can we afford this? We only have one kid playing. What would happen to families that have 2 and 3 kids playing? I said, I think we could make this if we had a program where we could curb those financial barriers of equipment and finance. We went out, bought a chest protector, block scoop, 5 helmets, and a full set of player gear. And we threw it up on Facebook saying, hey, we're called Next Shift. We want to give gear away to kids who are looking to start hockey for the first time that may never have had that opportunity. The next day we got one email, probably a week later we got another, and that's when the snowball started. And now we're here 3 years today. We're over 1,033 players and over 220 goalies in 3 years.
Mackenzie Janes and his colleague pick up a hockey stick and bag from outside a house and load it into the trunk of their car. They drop off the equipment at a storage unit, where a man puts it into a metal cabinet labeled Sanny Sport. The man flicks a switch on the cabinet.
Once we get it, we'll take a look at it, make sure it's good to go, and what that means is there's no rips, no tears. Then we'll bring it to our friend Steve. Steve goes off, cleans everything for us, so everything is totally safe and sanitary when we give it to the next person who's going to receive the equipment. And then hopefully we'll get another email from another young athlete looking to get some gear to start hockey.
David LaRock.
I nominated Mac for the Willie O'Ree Community Hero Award presented by Hyundai because of the hard work he does, but also really because I was one of those kids that he would have helped. My parents didn't have the financial resources to put me into hockey, and I didn't actually get a chance to play organized hockey till I was about 44 years old. Mac has made a positive impact in the community by really breaking down barriers to getting kids into playing hockey.
On an industrial estate, signs are fixed to a gray building that read 145 Iber Road, Shift, Performance and Wellness. Inside the building, a black and white banner reads, Next Shift Canada, Equipment for Kids, #Equipment for Kids, nextshiftcanada.com. Next to this banner, a red, white, and black panel reads, Give Gear, Change Lives, Donnez de l'équipement, Changer des vies. A cutout rectangle is lined with a net. A man enters and posts a pair of hockey skates into the opening, dropping them into the net behind.
And it's not just the breaking down barriers to get kids to start. Starting is easy enough. It's helping all the way through the process. And that's a big thing he does. And with this, he's literally working a second full-time job to make this organization happen.
Mackenzie Janes enters a locker room carrying 3 large sports bags. 2 boys are sat on the bench.
All right, guys, you all set up? Yeah. Sweet.
To have somebody in your community think that you are doing something as great as what Willie O'Ree did is just mind-blowing itself. We have to be there for them. I never had it all the time. I know what it feels like when you do get it, what it feels like when you do get that help, how when you do get it, you can change your life. I don't want any kid ever to have to go through something like that. If I can help bring something to them that brings them joy, then yeah, we're gonna do it. I am lucky enough to serve as a master warrant officer in the military police. I'm currently working at the Canadian Joint Operations Center.
A photo of Mackenzie Janes wearing his military police uniform comprising a dark jacket and red beret. A teen wearing a beanie leans against his shoulder as they pose for a selfie in a car. A man and woman with gray hair are interviewed. Text reads, Shanna Pickett, Next Shift Equipment Recipient. Mattia Pickett, Next Shift Equipment Recipient.
He has 2 full-time jobs and drops everything to help anybody get into the sport of hockey. Mac's Next Shift program basically got our whole family into hockey. It allowed the boys to get on the ice. 3 years later, I got on the ice and my husband started reffing, so we're all on the ice all the time. And it was due to Mac.
A woman in a red and black check shirt and a black beanie sits next to a boy wearing a black Next Shift beanie and t-shirt. Text reads, Amanda Chambers, Equipment Recipient. Jackson Chambers, Equipment Recipient.
The influence Mac had on my family, I couldn't even begin to explain.
Mackenzie Janes gives Jackson and another boy hockey skates and equipment from a trailer as Amanda watches.
They make it more affordable for my kids to play hockey. One of my boys broke his stick and he actually drove to our house to give a stick for him. When I saw Mac pop up at my door, I was so surprised. It shows that he has a love for this. I was so amazed by that. Like, it was really touching.
When I first put on hockey gear, I felt like I can actually do anything on the ice.
Jackson enters the rink in full hockey gear. Now, Mackenzie and his colleague enter a locker room carrying bags of hockey equipment. 2 girls are sat on the bench.
Hello, girls. How are you? Awesome. We're here today to get you guys ready for some new goalie equipment because you guys are going to be playing goalie for the next 4 years, so it's super exciting. We're going to get you the best gear we have. Who wants to go first?
The 2 girls sit side by side in an interview. Text reads, Fadan Asgarli, Next Shift Equipment Recipient. Sam Brightup, Next Shift Equipment Recipient. In the locker room, the girls are fitted with goalie gear.
If I get new gear, I get more confident with myself while playing. I'm prepared for the future and I get to play more often. And I'm really excited about that. It makes me feel like I'm doing something good. If he didn't give us the gear, I don't think I would have tried goalie.
The 2 girls pad out of the locker room into a corridor, wearing full protective goalie gear from head to foot.
All right, ladies, let's go hit that ice. Here we go. Have fun.
Mackenzie coaches adults and children on the rink. A family watch from the side.
Thinking about hockey, how do we grow the game? How do we grow the game? I find people think too small. We're just thinking about young athletes, the 5, 6, 7-year-olds, getting them on the ice. Well, there's a bunch of new Canadians that just came here who are new to the culture. How do we get them involved into the game? We don't care how old you are. We don't care what religion you are. All we care about is you love the game and you want to play it, then you're my kind of people.
Shanna Pickett.
Loves everybody in the community. Always seems to be upbeat and happy. I think he is a true community hero.
Mackenzie Janes stands at the side of the rink watching as 2 people practice shots.
I just see me as the kid who wanted to do it that couldn't. There should be no child ever not having the opportunity to play.
Against a white and yellow background, a logo featuring a smiling man in a black fedora reads, Willie O'Ree Community Hero Award, Hyundai. Text reads, Vote for Mackenzie, NHL.com/O'Ree Award. Voting ends May 25th. #NHLORee Award.